It's the usual story. I love music, grew up in a musical household. My mum sings, my dad can't. So Omar's my name, and TKIF it's the name given to me by my friend, Solly. We was at his, just going back to back doing a freestyle. He came up with that. I think as time went on, it just grew on me, and then after a while, I just added it together and went from there with it. I would say at the moment, I'm doing a lot of R&B, a lot of R&B soul, a bit of old school hip hop with like a new school feel. But I do like house, soul house, a couple of things like that. But for now, it's mostly focused on like the soul side of things. I mean, the idea of Heartbreaks and Lyrics initially was a project that I wanted to do for a few years, and I thought, given the chance, I had an opportunity to actually do it. I decided to put that out, and the idea was just to give people something to listen to. I would say more as a feel-good vibe, feel-good music, away from more the business side of music where it's just to make money. This was just for people to listen, to relate, and also to have fun with this tape. The success from both people saying it was really good and enjoyed the music, etc. It also put me on a platform which I'm on now. It gave way for me to do shows, to meet new people, to network with new people, and also to help me with my own sort of personal career moving up in the music industry, I guess. But it definitely did its job, so I'm happy with that. I think from young, I knew that this is something I've always wanted to do. I've always had a love for music, and I thought my main reason for doing music is due to what music has given to me. I was blessed with a talent. I feel like I should also give back to music, so I guess that would be my main reason as to why I do this. I would actually like to put UK in the map, the US sort of area. I would like to show them that, yeah, we do still have a lot more talent than what they see from us already. If we're going to say about the US influencing UK artists, I would say the genre. If we're talking R&B, or we're talking soul, or we're talking hip hop, or we're talking rap, that is American. So, I mean, in terms of the influences of what it does, we've watched the greats do it, and then the greats after them, and after them. And I mean, we listen to a lot of US music because that is all, I guess, you all hear. Because the genre is more American than it is UK, I mean, if we're talking garage, then we wouldn't talk about the US, we'll talk about the UK. But in terms of those that are doing the genres which are from the US, because we look at the greats, we tend to have that influence from them. So their sound, or how they write their music, or the sound of the music itself, like the instrumentals, or the way they compose the song, and all these different things. I always go back and I listen to old songs, and you notice that you come across some new songs that have samples from old songs. Like Kanye does it a lot. For people to have to go back to listen to songs, to make new songs, then there must be a reason about the old school that still stands out. We, the listeners, and not necessarily songwriters, but as listeners of US music, I feel like we look at certain things like with flow, with rapping and things like that, and we start to incorporate it with our own music and then add a touch of ourselves into it. But if they do influence us due to the genre that we're doing, if we are doing US genre, by all means, they'll always influence us. From being young to being older to now having the opportunity to perform for my parents, etc., for them to see. For me, that was a great moment. But it was just the feel of it. I mean, we went from doing events from certain buildings around Camden in itself to being able to go to somewhere like House of Vans. And for me, I thought that was like a progression. Actually, the yard. It wasn't necessarily the show as such, but after I'd finished performing, I saw somebody with, it was a guy who had the Heartbreaks and Lyrics artwork on his phone. And he just came up to me and just looked at it and was like, "Oh, is this you?" And I was like, "Yeah." Every interview I go to, or whether it's meeting somebody or just saying, "Oh, do you listen to my music?" Things like that. Like by now I should be used to it, I'm really not. So there's a song called Flex, which helped me in Duggar. And in the song he says, "How much did you make?" And he says, "I made 100,000 in like 2 days." And I remember I heard that song on like a Wednesday, bumped it all a Thursday, quit my job on Friday. When you're doing something like music, or with any craft, fair enough, you need a job to fund you, we understand. But when your job becomes your life, and every day you seem to just wish away to get to your Friday, to get to your 21st, just for a payday, you're wishing away days that you're never gonna get back. Race has never really been an issue, unless you're talking about stereotyping about certain genres. So, I mean, hip hop would be the heavy chains and the naked ladies, or I don't know, fast cars and spinning rims, or I don't know if we do that anymore. What can we do about it? Who knows? Personally, I feel like females are going to be the ones to do that. I don't think males are going to do that. I think we've had the chance. And the males that have been in power have kind of just scuffed it up. Hip hop is a lifestyle, R&B is a lifestyle, music in itself is a lifestyle. Any music you listen to has its fashion side of things. So those that listen to rock have like the plugs in their ears or the massive platforms or like the dark gothy look or whichever. I don't think it's a big issue. Whether you're white, black, Asian, and you got talent, they're not gonna look at you. They're just gonna listen to your voice. Half of the time, if a racist heard a black person or a white person song, they're not gonna think, this person's black, I'm not gonna hear it. You're not really gonna know. First time I heard Jessie J, I thought she was black. She's not. So, the internet in itself is a record label, put it like that. YouTube is a record label. When YouTube decide to make themselves a record label, trust me, they're gonna find a crazy amount of artists. Being with a label, they already have the links there. So if they like your work, etc., they can then point you in the right directions and get you hooked up. Boom, 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 boom. With your music, if you're somebody that you have a strong mind when it comes to your music and you know that this is the type of music you want to do, if your label is allowing you the freedom to do that, then by all means, enjoy it. If not, then you're going to find yourself in a bit of a predicament once you sign that dotted line. I just want people to relate to music. I want it to be highly atmospheric. I want people to listen to my music and to reminisce about a childhood or about a memory, whether good or bad. I just want you to be able to spark that emotion within you again and live that moment. I can't speak to the masses just yet because I'm not on your MTV base, I'm not on whatever platform just yet, but for those that are listening to my music, I feel like I can get my messages through them. Every interview I go to, or whether it's meeting somebody or just saying, oh, do you listen to my music, things like that, like by now I should be used to it, I'm really not.